Hi, Leathur Rokk here. As usual, just got back from the club, and today I want to tell you about a makeup company that you may or may not be familiar with called E.L.F. 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 Cosmetics stands for Eyes, Lips, and Face. And they are a lower priced makeup company that I have been familiar with for about 5 years or so now. They both sell online, and they also sell retail in brick and mortar stores. They may have a few stores actually with that name, but usually they are for sale in everything from Ulta, Sally Beauty, even some 7-Elevens carry them, and a lot of other stores. And I have made a couple of orders with them through their website, and I've also purchased from stores. And I am going to show you some of my favorite products, that I haven't used up already. Now, they really are great with their brushes. I don't understand for the life of me why so many people will spend $30, $40 on a single brush for your makeup, when you can get a perfectly good brush from E.L.F. Cosmetics. Many of them are $1. I don't think any of their brushes cost more than $5. There may be an $8 one, but really I think $5 is as expensive as they go. And I'm going to show you just a handful of my E.L.F. brushes. This is an eye crease brush, or at least it says it's for crease. It can be used for really any part of the eye that you want to do eyeshadow. And you could also use this as for gel eyeliner. You could even use this as a lip liner. And this I only paid $1 for. This brush here they call the C brush. I'm not sure exactly, maybe because that's kind of the shape of the eyeball. This is typically the kind of brush that you would use to pack eyeshadow on, get it in the tin and pack on, as opposed to really sweeping. But it's always good to have a few brushes like this in your makeup kit. Now this is supposed to be, this says flawless concealer brush, but I actually like to use this for blending. I would think that a concealer brush would be a lot smaller than that. This is another eyeshadow brush, and this is kind of a little bit bigger than a C brush, and this can be used both for packing on as well as sweeping as well as blending. It's very soft. These feel like natural bristles. I can't swear to you, but they very well might be. This is another. I really prefer eyeshadow brushes that are a little bit bigger as opposed to the C packing brushes, because these can be dual purpose. You can pack them, you can sweep them, you can blend them. Now this you may be familiar with. This is called a stipple brush, and this can be used to blend foundation. One of the advantages of a brush like this is you're not going to have hair brush stroke hair marks in your foundation. Even though I really prefer to use my hands for my concealer and my foundation, I just find that the hands seem to blend easier, and it's much cleaner than dealing with a beauty blender that is so hard to wash the foundation out in. And it's so important with sponges, you really have to clean them because they can carry germs very easily. But of all the brushes, makeup brushes I have, these are my E.L.F. brushes, and they have served me very well. Now on to the makeup, because that's the really good stuff. Now this here is a blush and bronzing powder thing. As you can see, I've totally hit pan on it, and I may want to turn the light out so you can see well. And the color on this I think is called Saint Tropez. Of course they put the label so small that, no, Saint Lucia. I mean, the lettering is so small, you'd have to have the most amazing eyesight in the world to read it. Okay, this is a E.L.F. Complete Coverage Concealer. This is actually 4 colors, and this is supposed to be light. And all of these are actually too dark for me. But these kind of colors would really be beneficial if you're the kind of person whose skin tone changes if you actually get a tan in the summertime, so your skin tone will be different depending on what time of the year it is. For people like that, then it would be a good idea to have a repertoire of colors because your skin changes. If, however, you're whitey McWhitey white like myself, then you're probably going to go for as pale as possible. That's what I do. I really like the single tin pan eyeshadows that E.L.F. does, and I believe these were no more than $1. And you can see this one here is gold, and this one here is teal, and I'm trying to be very careful here because there are magnets in the back. These are actually, they have special custom palettes that you can buy that you can stick the pans in any colors you want. But because these have magnets on the background, and you probably know that I use my webcam from my laptop computer to film, and magnets and computers don't mix, so you never want to set your magnetized makeup on top of your laptop computer, because if you put a magnet to the hard drive, you can actually erase your data, and nobody wants to do that. Now this is supposed to be an eyeliner and shadow stick. The liner I used up. This is the shadow. Now this is a khaki green, and this actually sometimes I will use this as lipstick if I want khaki lips, and green lipstick is a thing now. And as you can see, there is still a lot of product in here. This had a skinny end that was supposed to be eyeliner, and that has definitely been used. I got another color that I don't like nearly as much. It actually was called purple, but it's actually one side was supposed to be purple, the other side's supposed to be plum, but they're both definitely plum shades, and so neutral, they're almost brown, so I really don't care for them all that much. I will swatch it so you can see what the color looks like. I mean, when you think of purple, you think of this, and if you see this, you see how almost gray that is. But this can go all over the eyelid. This can go underneath. I imagine you could use it for lip color if you wanted. And this is what's left of the liner. There's the liner part is no more. Now, this thing right here is a lip lock pencil, otherwise known as a colorless lip liner. What it is basically is it's wax, and what you would do is before you put lipstick on, you would outline your lips with this, and it's supposed to keep your lipstick from bleeding. The older we get, we're going to have wrinkles around our mouths, even if you don't smoke, and your lipstick can feather, and something like this is supposed to help the lipstick to keep from bleeding. From my experience, it doesn't always work, but in theory, that's what they're supposed to do. Now, got another basket here full of makeup for you. Now, I'm not wearing any E.L.F. makeup except for the lipstick, and the lipstick is actually what I'm wearing and what I have in my hand now, and it's called Red Carpet. Everybody needs a good red lipstick. And one thing I like about this formula, this is their extra moisturizing lipstick, and they, I think, are a takeoff of the MAC lipsticks because these have a bit of a vanilla flavor to them and smell, and it hasn't gone rancid, and this is over 3 years old. Now, I had a whole lot of, and this was, I think, $3. I had a whole bunch of their dollar lipsticks, but unfortunately, after about a year or two, they went rancid, and I had to throw a whole bunch of them out. When I was younger, I never realized that lipsticks would go rancid and would have a limited shelf life, but they do. So that's the one negative aspect to buying a whole lot of lip colors, because if they go bad on you, and once they start feeling funny and tasting that, having that bad scratchy taste in the back of your throat, then you have to throw them out. Unless they happen to be the same color as your hair and you can use them as an eyebrow color, which I will use purple lipsticks or anything, any purple that matches my hair for my eyebrows. And I have used so many different products. Anything with the right color you can use. Now this is another E.L.F. lip color. This is a lip stain. Now lip stains are really great because they're not going to get they're not gloppy on the mouth. Your hair is not going to blow on them and stick to them. And this is what this color looks like. See that? It goes on like a marker. Now these things are not waterproof. I had a purple one of these and I used it for eyebrow color one time, and then I went swimming in the ocean, and when I got out of the ocean my eyebrows were gone. So don't expect a stain to have waterproof staying power. This is the other lip stain I have. They don't have labels anymore, so I can't tell you the color, but I will swatch it for you. Now this here is supposed to be a wrinkle filler, and it has like a thick liquid, and I'm sorry for all the noise that's out there, but now we have somebody interrupting my video and I gotta go yell at them. Excuse me, please be quiet, I'm shooting a video here. What idiots. I can't believe this. Anyway, I have another lip stain here, and this is what it looks like. Alright, I have to shut these people up. Excuse me, I'm shooting a video. I really need you to be quiet. Thank you very much. I will call the cops. Get the fuck out of town. I am sorry about that. I'm having problems with people. We have people. When I'm filming here now, it's 5:47 a.m. and there are people that are coming home from clubs even later than I came home. And unfortunately, people who are drinking can't be trusted to be respectful because they're sloshed out of their gourd, which is another reason why I don't drink anymore. Anyway, this is one of my favorite lip colors. It's E.L.F. matte lip color, and the color is called Raspberry, and I really, really love this color a lot. And I will swatch it for you. I will go up here. This color, it goes on matte, so your hair won't stick in it. It lasts a really nice long time. It's not drying on the mouth in the way that so many matte lip colors are. It's got a lot of color left in it. I use this color so much. It is the perfect fuchsia color. I find it so delightful. I really, really love it. It's one of my favorites. E.L.F. also makes blushes, and now these are impossibly big containers of a blush. They call it E.L.F. high definition blush. One is in Superstar, is the darker one, and the lighter one is called Headliner. And these are they have a pump application, and it's all this cream here that I would imagine I would need to live 10 lifetimes to use up. You pump it, and in the off chance that the pump doesn't work anymore, you just lift the thing. Maybe it does. See? A tiny little bit here. Look how you would need the tiniest amount, because look at that tiny little bit. Look how bright that is. So you would have to use a tiny, 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 tiny amount. Again, how are you ever going to use this up? So there's this color and this color. Again, all you need is the tiniest, tiniest amount. So I don't use them much because it's so easy to overdo them. I mean, matter of fact, I'm even thinking of giving them to somebody because they're just almost too much. Here, I'm rubbing the stuff off my arm here because I really don't want it to come off on my bracelets. This is another E.L.F. lipstick that I like a lot. It's called Orange Dream, and this is a true orange. Very bright, a red orange, but it's still an orange, and it's quite striking, and I believe it was only $3, and I love that vanilla smell. I think they were definitely doing a takeoff on the MAC lipsticks, and it's such a better price point. This is supposed to be a waterproof eyeliner crayon. Even though it's made of like almost a lipstick kind of a waxy base, I really can't say that it's waterproof. I have used it as a eyeliner before, and it definitely creased up, and if my eyes watered, it didn't run, but it did smudge. But if you're just going up the street, if you're just running the 7-Eleven, if you don't need your makeup to last too long because you're just doing yourself up to take some pictures, it's perfectly acceptable. And the only reason why I only got the one is because it was on sale. And I forget what E.L.F.'s minimum for free shipping is, but how I usually buy makeup is I order enough to get the free shipping, because that way you can get a nice big box of stuff. And who wants to pay for shipping if you don't have to? These are powders, shimmer powders. They have a little brand, it's still E.L.F., but they have a brand called Sugar Kiss, and this is a shimmer eye dust, and I got 2 of them. I got one in a blue, like a, I don't want to call it a turquoise, but it's sort of kind of like a turquoise. I got another one that has a little bit more green to it. It's a little bit closer to teal, and they're very similar, but if you can see the difference, maybe I have to turn the light out. Can you see how one's greener and one's bluer? This one's bluer and this one's greener. Now this is supposed to be an eyelid primer. Now primers, the word primer can mean so many different things. What this really is kind of like a cover stick. This is too dark for me as far as it's darker than my skin tone, but if I'm putting a dark eyeshadow over top of it, then yes, I can use it as an eyelid primer. But if something like this is darker than your skin tone, I would caution you not to get it past the crease, because if you get it anywhere near your brow bone, it's going to be way too dark and you're going to have to add white to it, or otherwise, if you don't do that, it's just going to be too dark and it's going to obviously look like it doesn't match. Now on one end it has the eye primer, and on the other hand it is a liner sealer. By that I mean this is supposed to turn any eyeshadow into an eyeliner, and what you do is you rub it on your pan of, and I know this is a light eyeshadow, but imagine this was a dark eyeshadow. You run this through your dark eyeshadow and then use it as eyeliner. But if you do that, it's not going to be waterproof, and I would just as soon use a regular waterproof eyeliner. but it is nice to have something that makes your eyeshadow into an eyeliner if you could keep it from running when your eyes run. That's always my problem, that my eyes tend to be very runny, and I have the hardest problem with eyeliner running. Even formulas that are supposed to be waterproof, I will be out and people are taking my picture and stuff, and all of a sudden my eyes feel wet and I'm looking like Alice Cooper, and you think people would stop me and say, Leathur, your eyeliner's running? No, they don't often notice. And I mean, I would think that you would notice something like that. See this pot here? This is a gel liner. I have two of them. One of them is plum, and I have another one that is, oh, where is the other one? That one. Yeah, I know I have more than that one. Well, I don't remember what the other color is, but it wasn't black. You would think it would be black, but no. This was a eyeshadow duo. One side was khaki and the other is like an avocado green. The khaki's used up. I'm still working on the avocado. The color itself is supposed to be called olive. And this can be used wet or dry. And when you wet the shadows, they go on heavier and they're more vivid. This is a blush, and it is called Giddy Gold. Let me turn the light out so it's not glaring too much. And it comes with a mirror, which is nice because not all makeup compacts do come with mirrors. And it's quite... Let's compare this Giddy Gold blush to a gold eyeshadow. I mean, golds, there are so many golds. I even have eyeshadow palettes that are basically full of different kinds of gold eyeshadow. So there can be so many different kinds of gold. This is a glitter primer. If I want to use a heavy application of glitter over my eyes, instead of using the normal things that I use to put underneath my eyeshadow, like a cover stick or a tacky concealer, because you want something that's moist that allows the eyeshadow to grab. But this is a cream that you put on. Say this was the eyelid, you put this cream on, and then you get glitter and you put it on. Let me see if I can find some glitter to use. Ah, there you go. See, take some glitter and you sprinkle it over where you put that glitter primer. And as you see, it gives the glitter something to stick to. Now, I don't know how much if that dries down enough so that you can blink and all that. To be perfectly honest, since I got the glitter primer, I haven't actually worn it with glitter on my eyebrows, on my eyelids, so I don't know exactly how that's going to feel. Now, here is an eyeliner pencil. This says E.L.F. Shimmer Eyeliner Pencil, and this is, I believe the color is emerald, and I will swatch it for you. And these pencils, they sharpen up really nice. They don't get splintery. This pencil is over 3 years old and it's still smooth. It doesn't tug. They're not the most absolute waterproof eyeliners in the world, but they are pretty good. They stay put. They hold up to dancing. I'm not going to say that they're not crease proof, but they will definitely do. They're not quite gel eyeliners, but they're not bad, and I believe it was only $1. So if you're not familiar with E.L.F., E.L.F, Eyes, Lips, Face, you definitely should check it out. They are reasonably priced. I really like their brushes, and you might even be able to find them at your local 7-Eleven. I was really impressed when I found them there, but it's a good company and the shipping's pretty fast and the prices are right. So that was another one of my videos. If you would like to keep on getting my videos, please subscribe, hit the bell notification thingy, and that way you'll be notified whenever I make my next upload. I upload 3 times a week. Sometimes it's makeup, sometimes it's club life. It's fun, whatever it is, and I'd love to have you join my family. Till then, talk to you soon. Bye.